My heart had been set in stone. I'd been happy to go it alone. There's nothing sad about this, oh no. It's just the way life sometimes goes. The river's deep in which I wade. I hesitate as I move closer. I'm filled with fear, for I do know it's just the way life sometimes goes. Inner attitude, absolutely vital. For me, it was vital in my as a musician, because a lot of times I got told, oh, you're not good enough, you go for auditions, you set yourself up for a lot of rejection in this business, and you have to really believe that you are someone of value. And it was the exact lesson that I needed to learn, and that music gave me that. I have a great voice. I love my voice. I love that my voice can touch people. I love that my voice can change a direction of somebody, and that I can touch somebody with it. And this is for me a great way. I feel of value, and that I get a lot of strength from that. The way I make music, for me, in how I want to express myself is, I think coming from my background, I was born in Malawi, which was an ex-colonial country. And so when I was brought up there up until the age of 13, 14, I was still living under, in a way, a mental colonial regime, which was about basically white people have a lot of privileges and access to certain freedoms, and black people didn't. So I think in my lyrics and my performance, I'm trying to convey something about the injustice of that somehow, coming in the way I sing. I think it's coming from deep here in my stomach, the pain that I felt from that, the way I want to free myself from that I still am working my way through that. So I think in my way, I'm quietly singing about that and who I am, but I'm still finding my voice and still sort of working on a way to be perhaps more blatant and more courageous about it. Absolutely, music is certainly a tool to share and express courage, pain, emotion, information. It's a very powerful tool. I talk a lot about Nina Simone, and she talked a lot about this civil rights, and it's no accident that I completely fell deeply in love with her because of what she represented. And I listened to her words. It was like I need this person to breathe, and I need to follow her. And she just educated me on that I also am a person who is of value, and that I have every right to be and say and feel what I need to say, and I'm not somebody to be shut off or closed off because of the color of my skin. So I will follow in her footsteps and sing in a way that is echoing her. I think role models are really vital and important, and they begin with your mother and your father, or whoever's taking care of you, should I say, your primary guardian. So these are all your first role models. And I guess in society, for me, it's been absolutely vital for how I've conducted myself in life with music. I had Nina Simone, I had Billie Holiday. I listened to their music, I read their biographies, I read about their life, and they really gave me a light and a path to follow that really suited who I was. And having a very young daughter, I try and infuse the same kind of education to her, give that information onto my daughter, that no matter what is happening, you have to have, and in the old English saying, a backbone, and that will get you through life. For me, what's been really important is, when I was brought up in a kind of a regime that really meant that black people are oppressed and they have no rights. And when you're in that position, you learn to always view the outside. You learn to understand your oppressor, how he behaves. And that I've educated myself about him and myself and how I'm going to govern my life with this situation. And coming from that position, I think gave me a lot of tolerance, tolerating, forgiveness, because you have to forgive again and again and again. You can't hate forever. So I think what I would say today is just to always walk in another person's shoes, you know, and how that feels. And I think the world would be a better place if we were less concerned about how I feel and more concerned about how do you feel about something. I think there would be less kind of turmoil in the world if we cared more about our brother. If you know, they say that in the Bible, if you're a religious person, to be your brother's keeper. I think that's a very valid point. A tender branch grows into a tree. A tender branch that should be me. A tender branch grows to a tree. A tender branch that should be me.